All right. Welcome, everyone, to the KD Sports Talk Show. I'm Ken. This is Derek. Um, we are going, this is going to be a sports podcast. And,
Yeah, we're going to focus mainly on NFL because I don't know college, but I guarantee you're going to, as you wear a Buckeyes
yeah.
hoodie, you're definitely going to talk about the Buckeyes at some point, which is perfectly fine because I'm a Buckeyes fan as well. I just don't follow them as closely.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be focused mainly on the NFL and all things encompassing that, but there's no way I'm not going to be able to talk about everything else. Like, I know you hate the NBA, but I might throw something in there. March Madness
sports
is
sports. How are we going to, it's not going to happen again. Obviously, it already happened, but how are we not going to talk about, like a Kobe Bryant death?
Right.
You know what I mean? How are we not going to talk about that on a sports show?
That's a heavy thing to bring up within the first 30 seconds of our first show. But
how are we going to not bring up that the Asian side of Tiger Woods comes out quite a bit in his driving abilities?
No, you can't say that.
So, okay. So speaking of that, I think it's important to tell everyone where our bias lays.
Oh, for sure, because it is going to be very, very biased around here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard bias for us, especially me. I know that for sure. So you're a Browns fan.
Oh, 100%.
And I am a Lions fan. I'm a season ticket holder, so I love pain.
Actually, throughout our whole lives, we have known nothing but pain. It has just been this last year where I have understood what a good weekend in sports is, where my Saturday is great and my Sunday is great.
It is super weird because this is like the first off season in a long time. Browns aren't linked to any big free agents. They're not linked to they're just boring, and it's weird.
That's the problem is we aren't getting anything this year. Outside of maybe OBJ being traded, which I don't want to happen at all. Mm-hmm. I adamantly discourage any talk of Baker Mayfield getting better when OBJ got hurt. I can see the
statistics.
I can see the correlation, and I'm fine with the correlation, but I think all it was Baker trying to force it to him and trying to make him the playmaker that everybody knows that he is.
But whose problem is that? Is that Baker's or is that OBJ in his ear?
That sounds like it was Baker. It sounded like
it is definitely a Baker problem. A quarterback shouldn't force if he doesn't need to.
And OBJ, OBJ's come out and said that he understands that he is part of a team. So, he's not trying to get every catch. He wants all of them, obviously, because he's a wide receiver and he's in the NFL and he's a playmaker and he's he loves to be the center of attention, but he understands he's on a team. And so,
So you don't want him to go to the Bucks?
I do not. I am super pumped that Tom Brady won his, 10th Super Bowl? Or is he in his 10th? He's in his 10th Super Bowl, won his 7th. That's what it is. And I as much as I am a Buckeyes fan and he is a Michigan guy, I love the story of Tom Brady. I love the fact that he has more Super Bowl rings than any other franchise in the league.
It's the fact that people now have argued who's the greatest football player of all time is kind of silly to me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
In the Patriots, you always said it was the Patriots way, Bill Belichick, the mastermind, this and that. I'm not saying that Bruce Arians isn't. I'm not saying that the players aren't as good or the franchise isn't as good even as the Patriots. There is one correlation between all of that success, and it's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady. Okay, the page or the Bucks
and Gronk maybe. I think he's been with him for what, 4 or 5 of the Super Bowls?
4 of them. He's got 4 Super Bowls now, but Gronk is just a mindless ball catching machine.
Yeah,
he, as much as he is a playmaker for Tom, he is not the reason why they're winning.
Right.
But see, the Bucks were 7-9 last year, and Tom Brady came into the Bucs year one. Granted, they got a lot of people. They did get Gronk. They did get Antonio
they sold
Brown.
out to win.
They did get Leonard Fournette, or excuse me, I'm sorry, Lombardi Lynette. They did get
put some respect.
Put some spec on that name, right? They, even though he really didn't play much, they did have Shady, and as much as he didn't contribute as much on the field, he was definitely a force in the locker room, and you have to know that. I mean, those Leonard Fournette was taking notes from him. You know, what the hell was the other running back's name? Doesn't matter. He's just a big force in the locker room. They did go out and get all those guys, and their defense was pretty fantastic as well with Sue, which that's kind of got to hurt, right?
It does. Now everyone's calling for Sue to come back to Detroit.
Yeah, never gonna happen. That dude is gonna take as the least amount of money possible to keep on the Bucs so that he can win another Super Bowl, and he deserves it.
No, he doesn't.
I'll get out of here
now.
But
I agree. The Bucs are fantastic, and
they are as everything stands right now. They are my favorite to win the Super Bowl next year.
Already. Even over Kansas City. If they
even over Kansas
City,
I mean, Kansas City could do whatever they wanted. I think Tom Brady has their number now. I think he saw them, and he saw them. What was it, in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago as well?
I think so.
But he lost, obviously.
So 2 years ago now, because they won 2 years ago.
Yeah. And so I think after that loss, and then after the Super Bowl win, I think he has their number. There's not much that Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to do since he doesn't play defense.
But a healthy offensive line would have definitely helped him, I'm sure.
Yeah. But Vita Vea and JPP, I love that. and Sue, man. I mean, that line is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dangerous.
Yeah, they got their linebacker. Is it David? Levante David? No.
Levante David.
Is that it? I can't remember. But their linebacker is just an absolute stud.
Yeah. He let's see. But okay, so you're thinking of it doesn't matter anymore. They are losing. They are probably going to lose. I can't say they're losing just yet, but they probably are going to lose Godwin.
No, they are not.
Did they something come out that
he was franchised?
They tagged him?
Yeah, they tagged him.
Oh,
I was gonna bring this up. Yeah,
later.
I was gonna bring this up later, but yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Because
let me tell you about when we get to that part. I will tell you the most amazing thing or most amazing tag.
It was Levante David, by the way. It was Levante David.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think, and here's the thing. I'm gonna move on here. I think you're more excited than I am, and it's strictly because I have learned to temper my expectations.
Yeah.
But you have brought up to me so many times as
Your
much
Lord
as you
and
love
Savior.
MCDC, which is Motor City Dan Campbell, which is now the new head coach of the Detroit Lions.
He's the best. I don't know how you don't want to just gnaw someone's kneecap off now, man. How do you not?
Here's the thing. So we've had a lot of coaching differences. We've had a coach. We've had a coach that comes in and says all the right things. We've had a coach that comes in and says a lot of questionable things. And now we've got Dan Campbell, who the knee biting shit bullshit. You're taking it as, it's fun. It was fun. And it was fun.
I think he's very serious.
But my thing is now it's overplayed. Everyone wants to use that as like a knock on him. And they want to just apparently they're going to be biting. It's over fucking played by now.
Yeah,
it's already over.
Yeah.
He's just an intense guy, and he's got that old school mentality.
he's a
rub some
player.
dirt on it bullshit.
He's a player first, and this is how players talk.
Yeah.
A lot of it's I don't want to make this into anything political, but as much as everybody expects politicians to be well spoken, I think that's how they expect their NFL coaches to be as well.
For sure.
They think their NFL coaches need to be well spoken, media trained personalities who will come in and say all the right things that everybody wants to hear to get the fans fired up for the team.
Yeah.
When Dan Campbell is almost exactly the opposite of that. It's not that he's not well spoken.
He's a charismatic player, and that just so happens to be a coach.
That happens to be a coach.
If a player said some of that stuff, it would be sound bites and they would love it.
Oh, they would love it.
But because he's a coach, they don't like it. They said that's the worst head coaching opening press conference maybe ever. That might be the worst.
It was forever long.
Well, he got rambling, but no, they're saying that because of the things he said, it was the worst. And they don't remember Adam Gase to the Jets.
Dude.
They don't remember
I don't
Arthur Smith to the Falcons this year. That guy has
Arthur Smith. He's the one. His dad owns FedEx, right?
Yes.
Or UPS, whichever one.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You show me a blank piece of paper. That's the personality Arthur Smith has, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see him with this phone? He took like a video for the Falcons, and it's just like, I'm here. Let's go. It is by far one of the worst things I've ever seen. And you're telling me that Dan Campbell, because he gets a little excited, that he's got the worst press interview? Screw you guys. You're not. I know. Yeah. I'm giving out some of my frustration because now I'm putting it on record.
Yeah, I listened to some of it. I got a lot of it from listening to another podcast. I don't know if we're shouting out people because I don't feel like doing that, but I'm pretty sure you know which podcast I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but I got it all from listening, or most of it from listening to that. And at first, like, the sarcasm that comes along with it is it's just almost too much to where you think that he's being serious and he loves every second of it. And then you get the feeling that no, he's actually like, he's legit making fun of him. And then he goes on his show like 3 weeks later and he won me over. Dan Campbell won me over with that interview. I mean, at first I thought the gnawing the kneecaps and, getting back up and all that stuff. I was like, this is a player. He's not a coach. He is a player, and he's going to be wearing a pullover. I can almost guarantee it. That man is not wearing a suit.
No. And the thing I love about him is really like he seems to be realistic. He doesn't. Oh, yeah. He's cutting the bullshit out.
He is 100% authentic when he speaks to anybody. And he had jokes. He had another great soundbite just last week where he said that
the alpha.
The alpha, a true alpha knows when to back down or whatever, or to concede.
To concede, yeah.
And I'm like, that is the exact opposite. But do you, bro? Like, I get what he's trying to say. I get that he's saying that when he is outnumbered by his coaching staff and the higher ups at the Lions, that he needs to take their advice. But they're, saying that it's the most alpha thing ever to concede, to know when to concede is
for the betterment of the whole, though. And that's just a good leader.
Yeah, and that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say he's being a good leader by taking the advice of other people and taking that into account. I honestly think that for the daughter, what the hell is her name? The new owner,
Sheila Ford.
Yeah. I honestly think that it sounds like, to me, what they're putting out there, it sounds like they're a great fit. It sounds like she really enjoys working with him, and he really enjoys working for her.
A little bit of backstory on her. She took over the Ford Museum up in Michigan.
Right.
And she was such a headhunter that she went and got someone who was leading one of the top museums in the entire nation. She went over to him. He's very comfortable, very well paid.
Right.
And she went to his house. She showed up on his front door and talked to him and talked him into coming. And now he's running one of the most virtual, like up-to-date, state-of-the-art museums in the country.
That's crazy.
She just hires. She's very good at hiring, and I hope it passes.
It sounds like it. I mean, it sounds like you guys are. It sounds like Dan is getting a lot of cohesion, a lot of people on the same page inside his coaching staff.
Now, okay, I'll tell you this. There's a couple. I don't want to say questionable because I don't know their qualifications, but there's his coaching staff has been widely praised for how amazing of a coaching staff he put together. And then you've got a couple that are kind of like
outliers.
Yeah, like maybe they do a good job. I don't know. He's got Antoine Randall L. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah, of course.
He's wide receiver coach.
Yeah. That's
he's got Mark Brunell.
Yep.
He's got him being a quarterback
coach. Yep.
And they've never coached in the NFL before, so we'll see how they do. But everyone else has just gotten praise galore.
Well, I
from
think
everyone.
Okay. So, oh no, you know who else he has as his assistant head coach?
Deuce Staley.
Deuce Staley.
Yep.
You remember that
from the Eagles?
Yeah.
So, he was the Eagles running back coach and assistant head coach, and he's now over with us.
Yeah, he was a good running back when he was in.
He's actually he is very well renowned, and they think he's going to be a head coach here soon, or at least a candidate for one.
Oh man, he is going to be another Dan Campbell. He's gonna say some shit.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope he Jim Schwartz it and starts trying to kick someone's ass after a game.
Oh my God.
Let's shift to the Browns free agency. Is there anyone? I mean, they're not really linked to much.
No. So as of right now, the biggest story in our free agency is OBJ and whether he stays or if he goes. I don't think he goes anywhere. I honestly, I think that he's going to stay. He has said on multiple occasions that he wants to be in Cleveland.
He's still under contract, right?
Still under contract. Okay. He got after he got hurt, everyone was giving him shit because he was going on Twitch and playing Warzone with Dr. Disrespect and stuff like that, and people are saying he wasn't caring about the game. He's injured. What the fuck? He
was getting rehab at the team facility, guaranteed.
Yeah, 100%.
And what do you want him to do?
Yeah, exactly. What do you want him to do? But the biggest story that so far has been Tom Brady saying that he wants OBJ to come down to Tampa.
That's not going to happen.
That was
they've got they've got Mike Evans, they've got Godwin that they just franchised.
And Anton Brown.
Antonio Brown, I'm not sure if Brown's back this year. I think he might be. Maybe he was a 2-year deal.
I was gonna say it might have been a 1-year deal, but everything that I've seen about him, he wants to come back.
Yeah.
But the question that Tom Brady was answering was kind of a gotcha question. It was literally just if Tampa Bay could get OBJ, would you want him on your team? And he was like, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's OBJ.
And people blew it out of proportion.
Yeah,
Tom Brady wants. He doesn't. No, he answered a gimme
answered
question.
A normal question. Yeah, he just
what if
gotcha question.
It would be awesome if they said that about someone. He's just like, no, just stay. What is he gonna say?
Yeah, exactly. What is he gonna say?
Yeah.
In other news today, I guess this has to come with the franchise tag stuff. We let go of our defensive end Claiborne, saving us $3 million in space. Adrian Claiborne, he was
okay. Thank you.
He was a backup to Myles Garrett and Vernon, but I mean $3 million for a backup is It's a significant amount of
Yeah,
money.
but you guys don't really need to save money, do you?
Oh God, no! I think we are 26 million under before this happened, and this is his 11th season in the league.
Yeah.
Like, good fuck. I mean, good Lord.
You
Of course we
can't be afraid to trim the fat, and that's kind of what they're doing, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. That is nothing, especially when we have Myles Garrett and Vernon. Like,
I do want to tell you, the person that drafted Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and a couple other, who drafted Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, he's on the Lions front office.
As you know,
John Dorsey is is an assistant to our GM.
That's a step backwards for old Dorsey there.
So he's had 2 runs. He got fired. I don't know why he got fired at the Browns. They weren't doing bad, but I heard that he's kind of an asshole.
No, that makes sense. I mean, he is GM in the NFL. Like, of course, he's gonna be an asshole.
So that might be, but dude, I mean, we've got great evaluators.
Yeah.
Well,
do you think that you guys? I don't know what your draft looks like. I haven't really looked that up.
Our draft position,
number
7. So today, the Lions decided they're not going to franchise anyone. They didn't franchise Kenny Galladay. Now, here's the thing. Kenny Galladay is going to make more than the franchise tag somewhere. Someone's going to sign him for more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think he signs the franchise tag. I think he holds out. And then Romeo, our defensive end, who had 10 sacks last year, breakout season. We didn't do him because I think it's just too much. It's too steep of a cap hit for us.
Gotcha.
It sucks because those 2, like, if we're gonna keep 2 people, those are the 2 I would want.
Yeah, I mean, so we haven't really talked. I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but Jared Goff coming to the Lions, not official yet. So the Lions haven't really been
technically
able to
would be official like on Monday.
I think the 17th or whatever it is.
Yeah, which is
the
Monday.
15th. Yeah, but anyways, so once that trade is official, then the Browns or the Lions can talk about it.
Right.
Who do you think won that trade?
I think.
I mean, I think there's 2 answers to it.
The only way the Rams come out looking great is a Super Bowl victory.
Okay, so I will give you. I will agree with that to a certain extent. I think that the Rams need to come out and at least get to the championship.
They need
the Super Bowl.
They need to show that Stafford was the right pick because, I mean, giving up 2 firsts and a third and an already starting quarterback.
It could be a second, depending on how much Goff plays or how much Goff plays. So it could be a second and giving up whatever Goff in the process. That's a lot. That's a lot.
We're also because we're in a cap hit because we've got dead money from Stafford.
Yep.
And we also have a ridiculous contract for Goff.
Yeah.
For quarterbacks already, we're $50 million in a cap hit for quarterbacks.
Yeah. And I mean,
so that's why we're getting rid of Chase Daniel, who's our backup quarterback, because he's getting like $6 million.
Yeah. Dude, the cap screws me up so much. Okay. Not to get off too far off topic, but I got to bring up this cap question I had. So I was looking up Michael Thomas's cap, his contract and stuff like that. And this year his salary is $18.8 million. Okay? But his cap hit, I believe, is 23.
Yeah. So so they can separate like signing bonuses.
Right.
So if let's say he gets a $30 million signing bonus, whatever. That's really high, but yeah. They can separate it over like 3 to 4 years. So that's where the dead money comes from.
Okay.
So if his cap hit is like 23 million and let's say they trade him, they're going to save $18 million, but whatever that extra is that
dead cap
to make it up, that's going to be the dead cap because he's guaranteed that signing bonus.
So no matter what, if he stays, it's not both numbers, right? It's not the dead cap plus
Well, it's going to be that
salary.
23.
So that it'll just be the dead cap no matter what. But if they trade him or get rid of him or whatever, then they don't have to pay the actual salary.
They don't have to pay the salary, but they will still have to pay that signing bonus or whatever's being carried over.
Okay. That's not. So when I first read it, like when I was first thinking about it, I was like, why would you keep him if his dead cap is 23 and his salary is 18, but what are they? I think they're like 50 mil or 60 mil under.
It is, over is what.
Over. That's what I mean. Yeah. Over.
They are in horrible
financial
situation. And I just told you, Kenny Golladay, we couldn't afford the Lions. We're looking at about 15 right now. We just got rid of a couple people. We might be getting rid of more. We're looking at about 15. We couldn't do Golladay. We couldn't do Romeo. The Saints tagged someone today. We couldn't afford 2 fantastic players. The Saints somehow can afford to tag someone today.
Who they tag?
Their safety.
Well, that's not that much, right? That can't be.
I do not know. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if it says.
Because I'm looking at their salary totals right now. Their total cap hit for everything, for all everything included, is $60 million over the cap.
And Williams is projected to make $11.196 million in
Jesus Christ. I thought it was gonna be in the single digits at least. I didn't think it was gonna be 11 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So if they do the top 51, they're over 55 million. But if they do everything, it's 60 million over. That is insane. How do you recover from that?
So they've been in this situation, same type of situation before.
I'm sure this is where they live. I'm sure this is exactly where they live all the time.
Here's the thing with that. I would be totally okay with something like this if they were winning Super Bowls. Now they're a winning program. And for a Lions fan to come over here and insult the Saints is stupid. They're a winning program.
Yeah.
And but the problem is they're not winning Super Bowls. If the Bucs would have done that, okay, you sell out.
You sell out. Exactly.
But I mean, what is holding them up? I wonder. But yeah.
I can tell you right now. So as of right now, the dead cap space for Michael Thomas is $23 million. Okay. That's just how it is. His cap hit is 18.8. So, I mean, he's 10%. He's 10% of their cap.
God.
As a wide receiver. I love Michael Thomas. He's one of the best wide receivers coming out of Ohio State. Everything from the national championship, all that stuff. I love him. That dude could do no wrong. Him being pissed off and getting into that fight in practice this year, I loved it. Showed fire. I'm cool with him. 10% of your cap for a fucking wide receiver is insane.
Drew Brees not coming back is probably the best thing they've ever done. He could ever
do. Maybe he's holding out. He's not saying a word. He's not saying a word to them. But Drew Brees is not even the worst thing. He's 6.5% of their cap. His dead cap right now is $12 million. They have Taysom Hill is more of a cap hit than Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill,
dude,
16.
That project's got it. You either got to sink or swim with Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Because that's making Sean Payton look a little silly.
Terrible.
All right. So let me go over these franchise tags, and then we can get to the big news of free agency.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So Denver, they tagged their Justin Simmons, their safety. So there's another 11 point,
There's
one.
11.1, whatever the fuck. Yep.
Carolina tagged a tackle, Taylor Moton, $14 million.
Is it a left tackle or right?
I do not.
It just
know.
says tackle. Well, he plays for Carolina. I'm assuming he swaps whenever the other one gets hurt.
Yeah. New York Jets signed
a dumpster fire.
Yeah, they tagged their free safety. Leonard Williams, this is a good one. I thought this was a well done one. Leonard Williams for the Giants. Washington football team did their offensive guard. Tampa Bay with that Chris Godwin that I was trying to save, and then you ended up.
Yeah, I ruined that for you.
You ruined it for me. Yeah,
that's my bad, dude. Between Chris Godwin and fucking Scotty Miller, I just love him. That white speedy little devil.
Jacksonville, Cam Robinson, their tackle, and Chicago did Allen Robinson, their wide receiver. So he's making $18 million.
The wide receiver,
yeah. And so that's what Galladay would have.
That's what Galladay would have gotten. Yeah, that's. I mean, that shows you why you can't. I mean,
yeah. When we have 15 million, he's getting 18 million.
Yeah,
we can't do it.
You can't do it. I like. This is gonna sound weird because I really don't have any. So whatever. I don't have any stock in the game with the Jacksonville, but I like Jacksonville keeping their tackle because there is no way in hell that they're not getting Trevor Lawrence, and you have to protect him as much as possible.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of what happened where, I mean, it happens all the time with first round pick or with number one overalls. They go to a shit team, they're expected to play right away, and
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and they just get destroyed.
Yeah, because he has no line. If Cincinnati doesn't invest on nothing but offensive line, then they're just the dumbest fucking people in the world.
Right? Like I don't understand.
They have to turn it around.
I don't understand. Like, okay, so obviously the Browns don't have this problem because we have a great fucking offensive line, which is just, I mean,
it's really annoying.
The ability to say we have a great offensive line, we have a great quarterback, great running backs, great wide receivers. It's just, it warms my heart. I love it.
Can't wait for you guys to be in cap hell.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry.
All these young guys that are on rookie deals are going to need contracts.
They are. And Baker's going to get his, and it's not going to be, not going to be anything like what Dak got today.
So you don't think he's going to get Dak money? 40 million a year.
No.
Was it 41?
40. Okay. So it is 4 years, $160 million with 120.
It's only 4 years?
4 years. 4 years. And the fourth year is an option, a team option. And I think.
So it's technically.
I have it.
That would be weird.
Right here. So
3 years and a
potential out. Potential out is, I believe it is a team option. Hold on. No trade clause. 26 to avoid, 23 base salary, fifth league day, whatever, it doesn't matter. I believe so. I believe it is a team option in the 5th year.
God, he's not even the best quarterback in Texas
right now.
You think he's leaving?
Dude, it's not that he's leaving, is that he will take the hit every single day.
Yeah.
50 grand the whole year, and he will not show up. He is done.
Yeah.
He's done with that franchise. And we won't name him because we're not naming podcasts here right now. But Jack Easterby is just the fucking worst. He's just a goddamn dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Red fish, blue fish, whatever it is.
But yeah, Dak getting 40. Is it 40 or 41?
So it's so the average salary for his first 3 years is $40 million.
That's
too much. So if this was Dak,
you know who else has that much money?
Who
makes that much money?
Mahomes. Mahomes literally makes $50 million a year. He is the next highest paid quarterback.
Yes. He's the. Yep.
It's insane.
I mean, good for him. Jerry Jones is stupid.
Yeah. If he paid, all right. What I was gonna say is if he paid Dak this contract 2 years ago, after his best season he's had in the NFL, coming off a great season, and he gave him this contract, he's a goddamn genius.
Yeah.
One, back then, no one knew about this kind of cap hell that everyone's going to be in right now. Like you just didn't know.
Yeah, it's cap hell. He's got great line. He's got Zeke. I mean, but his defense is just
garbage
because of it.
Listen, I'm not saying this is a thing, but you have Andy Dalton sitting right there. Is he a great quarterback? No. Is he a serviceable quarterback? Yes. He can win you games. And he showed that.
Their draft pick?
Their draft is 10th.
And they're a little bit too far out.
And it's definitely going to be defense. There is no way they're going to offense with this. I don't think they should go offense at all with the draft. Not let alone the first.
Not even one.
Not even one. Like
they're gonna take that tight end that everyone's saying might be the best receiver in the draft bar. Like regardless of position.
I don't think Pitts. Pitts. Yeah, he's not going to be there. There's no way. He's
at 10.
No.
We took like the highest one ever, and that was at 10. Yeah. And that was Eric Ebron. That son of a bitch.
And he will get beat out. I can
Senor drops. Fuck you, Ebron.
So, but if he pays him this contract back then, I'm cool with it. I'm down with it. It's fine. It's whatever. Yeah. But coming off this injury, there's no way. I would have listen. If I was Jerry Jones, I would have been like, listen, bro, I love you. Everybody here loves you. You're not getting this money. I'm sorry. I will franchise tag your ass one more time, and then I'll let you go.
I'd ask him, are you better? I would ask, are you better than Russell Wilson? You deserve more more money than Russell Wilson?
Do you deserve more money?
Are you better than Aaron Rodgers?
Are you better than Deshaun Watson? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm fucking Jerry Jones, bro. I will literally just fly my ass down to Houston, slam on Jack Easterby's door, and be like, bro, we're talking Watson. Sorry. You can't tell me no. I'm freaking Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
And you're right. And Wilson was willing to come to the Cowboys. He wanted to come. It was one of his 4 teams, which we'll get into that in a minute. But that is the most passive-aggressive situation I've ever seen in my life. It is so stupid. But I just don't see the only way. I will say this. The only way that I say that this contract is worth it is if Dak wins the Super Bowl. And he has to do it within the next 3 years. Are you frozen? Are you there? Oh, there he is.
What in the hell just happened, man?
I don't know. I was talking and I was making some point.
Completely froze.
Oh, I was here the whole time. And
yeah, you completely froze on mine, and then the whole window just went away.
Yeah, you were just sitting there like this, literally with your head cocked like this, going.
Oh, nice.
I was like, he's done. Like he's just gone.
Yeah, I figured it out. Well, that's fun editing for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not cutting any of that out. I'm just teasing. Okay. So, my point. He has to win a Super Bowl within the first 3 years. I mean, there's no getting around that. There's nothing else that makes this contract worth it than him winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's not going to. They haven't won a playoff game since 98?
Probably when they beat the fucking Lions in the early 200s.
200s?
It's 2000, I believe, 10 or 9, 2009 or 2010 season. They beat the Lions unfairly, unjustly. It's fucking.
The last playoff win. Oh my God, was in 2018. They beat the Seahawks.
Is he better than Russell Wilson? He beat Russell Wilson.
He beat Russell Wilson. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that was his good season though. That's what you were saying.
When was the last time the Cowboys won a playoff game? The Packers were the opponent, and the last time they deep into the postseason, which was 25 years ago, they beat them 38-27 back in 1996. So yeah, they won that wild card game, but their last meaningful win was back in 1996. Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna happen.
Did you want to talk about someone else's
Roethlisberger?
No.
You don't want to talk about him? He took so much less money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a big chunk of his money is in his signing bonus. So
yes,
that's going to get pushed around.
Just, I think his progression has been so poor. Like last year, blame it on the offensive coordinator if you want.
They were throwing the ball more than any team in
50 some, and like
a game.
None for like over 20 yards. Like
yeah, like it was literally like I swear to God, most of it was under 10 yards.
Yeah,
like he was not throwing the ball down the field.
I don't know if that was design or if that was because of Roethlisberger. I'm just trying to figure out like Steelers aren't typically
right?
What?
He had an elbow surgery, right? It was the elbow.
I don't remember.
I think it was his elbow. But that was 2 years ago.
Steelers aren't one to be sentimental.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So,
too. Like when I all right, so you get obviously the Browns winning in the wild card, super wild card weekend. It was a good weekend. But you get him and Pouncey sitting right beside each other on the bench, crying, both of them, like. That is their farewell. It's the same thing with Drew Brees. You get him looking back as he's leaving the field and then having that moment with Tom Brady after the game. That's his farewell.
I believe Pouncey said they knew he was going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was Ben's. That's why Ben was so upset. He should just retire too.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a smart move by the Steelers.
No.
But okay, let's take it the other way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a for sure starting caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
Bottom. He's not in the top 10 for sure. Not even probably in the top 15.
Top 15. No way.
But you've got a starting caliber quarterback who's willing to come back for a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Literally
take it
like $1 million, dude. Like $1 million. His actual base salary is $1 million.
Yeah.
It's whatever, 75,000.
So do you do that while you try to figure out something else for a year?
Okay.
Is this a bridge year?
It has to be because he's not your long term, and you know that. Their place in the draft is too high. Too high.
It's before the
24th.
Browns.
No, it's not. Because this is
should be.
No, they're 24th, but I think it's because this is like a swap, like a swap pick. So
the Browns beat him and get a better pick.
Yeah, we beat him. We get a better pick. I mean, 3 picks more, but it's still a better pick.
It's still a better pick.
Yeah, and we don't have to talk. I mean, we don't have to talk about the draft because it's a while away. But
yeah, no, I'm more interested in free agency.
Yeah.
Next week when we meet up, we're gonna have a lot to talk about, a lot to digest.
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be
so exciting. This is literally one of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
Besides, I want everyone to know.
Draft.
I love the draft. I love free agency. I want everyone to know that. If you're listening, when you're watching the Lions do terribly this coming year, know that I am second row watching it if they're at home. I'm in a second row.
I'm there just absorbing that pain, just absorbing it, just taking it in, letting it fester inside of me.
Do you understand how much we're going to insult the other team, their players? because we're on their side. We're just gonna screw it. We got nothing better to
do. Little story, just real quick. 2 years ago, obviously it wasn't last year because there was no fans, but 2 years ago, I went to the Ohio State Maryland game with some family, and we were sitting behind. So you remember the hit, right? Oh my God, it doesn't matter. But anyways, so we're playing Maryland. I'm sitting 2 rows behind their bench.
Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, you got barbecue back there. Hurt my feelings. I love that line. But so we're sitting. I mean, and we are obviously drunk. I mean, I was drinking the whole morning, and I mean, we didn't know it at first. But it ended up, we were sitting in the same section as most of the players' moms and the coach's wife. And I don't know the coach's name for Maryland.
Who knows?
He's got a pretty hot wife.
Nice.
Not surprising.
It's probably making a pretty penny as well.
Not surprising. But so we're just sitting there just talking shit. I mean, we are up the whole game. I mean, it wasn't really a contest. Yeah. And this was after the hit. And we are just laying into these players because their defense is coming off of the field after we scored. And I mean, we were just giving it to them the whole time. And one of the players turns around and was like, "Come down here and say that shit to my face." And we're like, "Oh, don't you fucking worry about it, bro. We're going to. We'll be right there when we storm this fucking field." Whatever. We're drunk. We didn't storm the field. Obviously, it's fucking Maryland.
Here's the thing.
But the mom.
Fans are rough.
Oh, yeah. The mom stands up, doesn't yell at us, doesn't even acknowledge our existence. And she says, "Shut your fucking mouth, turn your ass around, and pay attention to the game." And I was just like, oh.
Do what mama says.
Yeah, you just got in trouble.
That's super cool. We've got a couple cool stories from our season ticket seasons. We'll wait until Jordan comes on because he's the one that.
Yeah,
he's the one that these stories are about. So,
does he want to play, or does he want to come on?
Yeah, I guarantee he'll want to come on and talk. Lions.
Hell yeah.
He is horribly. Jordan is my brother. In case anyone didn't know, he is horribly pessimistic for this year. It's so weird that I'm optimistic.
I love it. This is gonna be so much fun.
He's always optimistic. He's always trying to find that that
one thing,
silver lining.
Yeah,
he is not. He's having a rough go with it this year. So
he doesn't love MCDC.
Oh, I mean, he does. He's just
that's all I care about.
He's not. His heart isn't into a rebuild.
I mean, they've been rebuilding since he's been born.
All right.
I get it.
Right. 1 year of success, everyone.
Okay. All right. So we'll get out of there. Okay. We'll get out of the contracts. Okay. So we've alluded to it before. Let's just talk about it real fast. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks is just a disaster waiting to probably never happen. When it first came out, it was his team saying that they were unhappy with how they were protecting number 3. Russell Wilson has not come out at all and either condemned the statements or agreed with the statements. Pete Carroll hasn't said a word about it either.
He went on an interview and said that
with Dan Patrick.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But so what happened was that as he was on that interview, that story came out. So he hasn't even really mentioned it yet. He hasn't really done any press after that.
He's probably been told to shut up.
Yeah. And so my first question, because we can get into what his agent said after this, but my first question is if you are the front office of the Seattle Seahawks, do you stick with your QB, your franchise player who you drafted and have had pretty good success. I mean, they have a Super Bowl. God damn it. Oh my God. And this is gonna be the day I die right here. Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh my God. Everyone's all worried about it now.
Oh, I'll cut this out. Don't worry about it. There we go. Okay. So you have a Super Bowl with him.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty good success in my book. I mean, I don't give a shit if it was 7 years ago. You have a Super Bowl with him. Do you stick with your quarterback and try and protect him, or do you stick with your coach, who obviously does not want Russell around anymore?
Player.
You stick with the player
every time.
Who
wins games?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I can take the coach just to have a little bit of an argument.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm being dead honest with myself, I stick with my players. I as the GM of that franchise, my QB is 75% of the reason why we win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. For coach, I mean, when a coach is in a making a situation that's not conducive to winning, Matt Patricia.
I was gonna say you have a lot of practice with this, so yeah. Go on.
You got to get rid of it when the players when you're getting rid of amazing talent strictly because
the coach is not
the coach. I mean, it's the only good thing that the Texans did was fire Bill O'Brien, and then they went on to hire just bullshit.
I agree.
You got to get rid of Bill O'Brien. People hated him. He was I mean, let's not take the coaching. Let's not take the GM responsibilities. Those were bad. Him as a person, the way he ran his team, made good players leave.
Yep.
And at that point, you got to go. I mean, Darius Slay's gone because of Matt Patricia. And there's a lot of other good players that are gone because of Matt Patricia.
Yep.
Stafford, you can go ahead. I mean, Stafford said he had a good relationship with him.
Well, but Stafford also said anywhere but the Patriots. Like how good of a relationship did he have? Because Patricia is back on the Patriots staff now.
Yeah,
as a consultant.
Was it Teddy Bruschi?
Teddy Bruschi,
who said
he's not tough enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
Teddy, you are
this kid plays with a broken back.
Teddy, you are a phenomenal linebacker, Super Bowl winning, tough son of a bitch.
You have no, go. I mean, 1,000%.
Easily.
You need to go fuck yourself because you're obviously talking bullshit. You're just trying to make headlines right now because you're trying to say that the toughest quarterback in the NFL is not a tough quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
this kid got beat to shit. This kid got beat to shit for 9 years. 9 years with the Detroit Lions. He was one of the most hit quarterbacks in the league every single year.
Now Russell Wilson is, and now he wants out.
Now Russell Wilson is, but yeah.
So yeah, Russell Wilson, you go with the quarterback, and that's.
I agree.
You got to get rid of. I mean, it would be. They can't do it this year, obviously.
Right.
They can't get rid of the coach yet.
Right. But there's nothing. I think that. Okay, so Russell Wilson is too nice of a person. That's just how it is. He's not gonna come out and actually say.
Yeah. Him and Drake are soft.
For sure.
They cry. Both of them.
I'm not gonna come out and say he's not gonna come out and say that he wants to trade and that it's because of Pete Carroll. It's just not gonna happen. You are gonna get third-hand comments from his team this whole time, and then when he gets traded, it's gonna be like, listen, I never wanted to leave. I love
when Pete Carroll is when he retires, gets fired, whatever happens, players are gonna speak. When Matt Patricia got fired, players spoke, or they left, or you got Darius Slay that went to the Eagles and spoke.
Which is all the speaking you need is I'm leaving because of him.
Yeah. So whenever Pete's gone, people are going to talk about it, and I mean, I know that he finally ran its course. It took him way longer than it did Jim Harbaugh. You know what I mean? Jim Harbaugh, he ran himself out because he tried to teach people. He tried to coach like he was in college, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, it took a long time for it, but it seems to be finally reaching.
Yeah, but now he's. So there was a philosophy difference in the Seahawks organization, and that's why he got rid of his offensive coordinator this year. And his offensive coordinator is the one who was letting Russ do his thing, or letting Russ cook. I hate that fucking saying, but anyways, yeah, let Russ cook. But and Pete Carroll came out and said that there was a philosophical difference between him and the organization, and they're going to try and run the ball more. And Russ,
run the ball more.
Yeah,
with Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
he is better. Argue with me. He's better than Aaron Rodgers on deep ball.
I will argue with you all day long.
Russell Wilson's deep ball is the best in the game. It's second to none. He's better than Patrick Mahomes at the deep ball.
I don't know, man.
Look it up. I want you to do some research.
I'll look it up right now.
Do some research.
Okay, all right, hold on. Give me 2
I'm
seconds.
not talking because Patrick Mahomes is obviously going to have more deep ball attempts. So it's the deep ball percentage. The deep ball, just the things he does is ridiculous.
Okay, so next gen stats, master the deep ball. This is from the Seahawks.com. Look at that. I am good. Oh no, it's a video. I can't do this shit.
No,
get out of here.
But you're gonna see a video of dimes.
Yeah. So
I don't like Russell Wilson, by the way. I'm not a huge fan of him.
No.
So the fact that I'm even on here, like,
okay. So he was one of. There was a shift. Okay, so when Russell Wilson came into the league, there was one short quarterback, and his name was Drew Brees. The only reason why that kid or that guy could look over his line is because he took 7 step dropbacks every play
as a minimum. Yeah,
and he got so far back behind his line that he could actually see what was going on. And that was everyone's big criticism: is he's too short.
Too short, probably hands too. They always
his hands were tiny.
Yeah.
But so when he came in the league, he was an anomaly. He was doing really well. He was running the ball. He was creating time for himself because I mean, when he could stay in the pocket, he did, but he really didn't stay in the pocket that much. He was just running the ball all the time and getting plays off of that. And he was one of the very first to play that way. Then we got
wasn't Cam before him?
But Cam was 6'2".
Oh, I see what you mean. You're talking straight short quarterback.
Yeah, like okay. he's a shorter quarterback.
Yep.
Now we have Kyler Murray. We got Baker Mayfield. Patrick Mahomes is what, 6 foot?
He's probably Patrick Mahomes is probably an ideal quarterback.
Is he?
So before even Drew Brees, though, you had like Doug Flutie.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's different.
6'3". He's 6'3". Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. But yeah, you're seeing these other, like, there's a shift, and now and Russell is
it's athletic
part of that.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks aren't going to find anything better
than Russell Wilson. No,
and I think they're fucking up. I think that they are going to. He's going to leave, and it's going to kill you for me to say this, but the big thing is that he's going to the Bears.
That's fine.
But you're going to see him. You're going to see him twice a year.
Fuck the Bears, man. They're so bad.
I'm
saying this as a Lions fan we're going to definitely be the 4th in the league for that division this year. But yeah, God, fuck the Bears, man. I just could. You know what? You want to know how I knew Matt Patricia should go? It should have been a lot sooner than this. He never beat Mitchell Trubisky. Never once. His team never beat Mitchell Trubisky. Undefeated against us.
Unpopular opinion.
What?
I kind of like him. Not as like a franchise quarterback or anything like that, but him and what was the guy's name from Jacksonville? Had the mustache. Minshew. Yes.
Gardner Minshew.
Yes.
I like him, but that's a novelty.
Yeah.
I hate Mitchell Trubisky because of the team he plays for.
Because of the team he plays for. I know. I get it. But what was it? It was the Bears, the Cowboys.
His requested destinations.
Yeah. So it was
why I don't understand the Bears. I don't understand the Bears.
So for him, it's a lot what to do with his family as well. So okay, so it's the Bears, the Raiders, the Cowboys, and the Saints. I don't like the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, but Saints make sense.
But they don't, because we just talked about it. They're 60 million over.
Yeah.
They're not paying.
Ain't working. Yeah.
It ain't working. Cowboys obviously are out of there now because they just paid Dak. The
Get
Raiders
your money back.
Yeah.
Make a straight trade. Dak for
Russell. I honest to God would. And I don't think Dak would be mad about it.
He's got the no trade clause, but yeah.
But that's the thing, is that if Dak said, yeah, I'll go to the Seattle Seahawks, they can still trade him.
Yeah.
The Raiders are a funny one because for him, obviously he's married to Sierra and they want to have a whole family, and stuff like that. And
she's got the goodies.
Could you imagine? Yeah. Could you imagine what a waste Russell Wilson would be in Vegas? Like as a Raiders organization, you have to want to bring him in because you know he's not going to do anything. You know he's not going out to the nightclubs. You know he's not going out gambling.
It'd be like putting Matthew Stafford out there.
Yeah. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. So as the Raiders organization, but then you have Derek Carr. And
I don't remember who posted this, but Derek Carr has eerily similar stats to Stafford.
Really?
Like the last 2 years, I think it was. It's
passer rating and all that stuff.
Scary similar.
Oh, do you get rid of him then? What's his? Hold on. Not Los Angeles, Las Vegas. So his base salary this year is 19.5. His cap hit is 22. He ain't going nowhere. No one's trading for that. No one's trading for that contract, because even Russ, as of right now, Russell's is never mind.
What's his?
Russell Wilson's cap hit is $32 million, 17% of the cap space. Her base salary is 19 mil with a signing bonus of 13.
Nice.
God damn, dude. They are under by 24 million though. Seattle is.
So let me tell you, let me give you a little bit of their stat comparisons.
Yep.
1 second. Let's see. Percentage 67. Derek Carr actually has completed 67%. Matthew Stafford 64. Carr's got more yards. He's got more yards per attempt. He's got more touchdowns, less interceptions, has been sacked less times.
So he's just slightly better than Stafford.
It is like if you just look straight at statistics, and that's the thing, the statistics, I mean, it can F you up a couple times.
Right. Yeah,
but if you look at that, Derek Carr is scarily similar. Oh, anything else you want to get to on this one?
I mean,
I think we hit a lot. I think we're going to have so much to talk about next week.
We do. We will be. We could talk about. We could mention JJ going to Arizona. Surprised the fuck out of me.
It surprised everyone. I mean, no one knew.
Yeah. I loved his tweet, by the way. Source me.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to be the one to put it out there anyways.
There's so many sources. Did you see that freaking
the Peloton account?
Oh my god.
The dumbest thing I've ever seen. When I first heard it, I was like, that's weird. Why would you that's a troll.
It wasn't even him.
Like no. When I first heard about it, I was like, that's gotta be a troll, because why would you update your Peloton account? That's just stupid. And then he comes out like a couple hours later after that comes out and he's like, that's not me. I don't own a Peloton. Like, stop it.
It's just the dumbest shit.
What did it say? It said KJ. It said, I think the Peloton name was KJ Watt.
Yeah. Yeah, it had his picture and everything, but it was KJ. And people just flipped out. Like no one looked at it. Not one person noticed the K.
Yeah. Like there's no way.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And then it said, I was hoping he would come to Cleveland. I mean, could you imagine Myles Garrett and JJ Watt on the same line?
Yeah. Whew. It's the same thing that everyone's imagining. Chandler Jones, JJ Watt.
Yeah. But I'm not paying him 15.5. Yeah, I'm not paying him 15.5 though. That's just nuts. No. And I'm glad that he went to Arizona, because he's showing that he's not ring chasing. He's getting the cash and he deserves it. Honestly.
Make your money, boo-boo.
Make your money. Yeah, make your money.
Sure.
He's going to the Hall of Fame with or without a ring. So make your money.
Yep. If he gets a ring, that makes him a first ballot, maybe. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. He's going to get it now.
If he gets a ring, he is solidified as a first ballot. If he doesn't get a ring, he is a on the fence first ballot. 7 years instead.
Takes him a couple years to get in.
Because it's 5 years. It's 5 years, right? To
5 years. So that's what I'm saying. Like 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7. Yeah.
Depending on the draft.
I would say 6. Yeah. I would say 6. For sure. 7 if this 6 somehow has no joke Hall of Famers in it. But yeah, I mean, there's no story. There's no real story there. It's just he didn't tell anything to anybody, and it just came out with it.
Unfortunately, I think some of the teams are definitely going to get overlooked by you and I. And Cardinals might be one of them.
Yeah,
we're just kind of. I enjoy them.
Yeah. If
I had DeAndre Hopkins on my fantasy team this year. We're going to talk about fantasy.
We're doing fantasy this year, 100%.
I had DeAndre Hopkins. He is the yards machine.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't bring in a goddamn touchdown to save his fucking life, though.
Yeah, but that's
man. They did not throw him.
Kyler Murray. I blame that on Kyler Murray and the scheme. DeAndre Hopkins is definitely worth the pick. And he's great. He should be getting those touchdowns.
He needs to get more touchdowns.
Yeah, that's just how. This is how it is. But yeah, we like I said in the beginning, we will definitely cover mainly NFL. And we will try to get to the big stories, especially during the off season. During the off season, we're gonna really pick up any story that we can, and give our very unique and very biased opinions about them.
Yeah. It's going to be very one-sided.
Yeah. Once the draft happens, I'm going to be all about it. I love the draft. Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay are just gods to me in April. I just love them. I can't get enough of them. And then once football season proper starts, for me, I might just have to take 5 minutes every podcast just to talk about the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Literally just
most of the time it's probably not going to be much. Hey, we blew out another team this week.
Hey guys, we won by 30 this time and not 27.
Exactly. So it probably won't be too bad. But
this is me trying to think of content on this, on the fly here. I am one of the craziest people to watch a football game with. I watch the Buckeyes one spot with my friends every week, unless I'm at the game. And I am the craziest person. We could be up by 21 points and I am still screaming at the TV. If I remember, which hopefully our fans, which we have plenty of already, hopefully they remind me to record myself every once in a while, and we could make some pretty good reaction content out of that.
That might be good. Yeah, on a nice, like, we'll just have your wife.
Oh, she'll love that. She'll love that. It's she hates watching games with me though.
Every now and then my wife is like, all right, I'm going in the other room.
Yeah. But so like I said, we'll mainly cover the NFL. But sports are sports. We will cover pretty much all the big news. And if anything happens in the NFL outside of our comfort zone, we will definitely still comment on it. I will try to get Derek out of his comfort zone with other sports. He used to be a Detroit Tigers fan. Let's try to push that a little bit.
I'm a Detroit fan through and through. So I mean, Pistons and the Tigers. Yeah. Whatever.
And the Lions and the Bears. Oh my.
No, all
right. But yeah, so I mean, this is gonna be just. We're not taking ourselves too seriously. We're going to be making a lot of jokes, laughing a lot, having some crazy takes. It's going to be a fun ride.
Insult us on our takes.
Oh, please. I love it.
Talk to us. Bring it down.
I'm going to come off the cuff. I'm going to say a lot of shit off the cuff, and I might just make a complete ass of myself and say some real crazy things, but that's what you're here for. We're here for, that's content, baby.
Knee-jerk reactions.
Overreactions. That's what we're here for. So I appreciate everybody stopping in and joining us for our very first episode of the KD show. Oh, KD Sports Talk.
Yeah, we're still getting used to it.
Yeah. It's KD Sports Talk. And thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.